Legend of Total War here with part 2 of my Empire Total War Great Britain Blitz Campaign. So previously, we did a whole bunch of diplomatic fuckovers, depriving a lot of people of their money and territory. So now, my focus is still just a naval one. I'm going to send this ship down to here, and we're going to betray Lisbon. It will make me look bad in the eyes of my allies. That's why we already did all the diplomatic stuff first. Now, the good thing is, in regard to the Ottoman Empire, who we're still going to try and get one of their regions off before we declare war of, they don't give a fuck about what kind of alliances that I break. Neither does the Mughal Empire or the Maratha Confederacy. So we can still do diplomatic shit with them later. And that being said, even with the dishonoring treaties bullshit, we still might be able to use diplomacy. Like, they don't... It's not like Total War Taylor, whereas if you're unreliable, you can't get anything done. I mean, if we're powerful enough, we can still get stuff done. Alright, now, in order to use the reattach blitz, the glitch, let's see, what have we got here? We've got 7 ships. Okay. So which one here has the least movement? I'll show you exactly how to do it. It's a little bit confusing, took me a little while to master. Okay, but first thing you need in your fleet or army is a unit that has no movement. It doesn't work unless you have someone that has no movement. If you still have some movement left, won't work. Okay, then you attach them into the force. Now the thing is, you can detach units that have no movement left out of an army. And technically you can detach them in the direction that you want them to go. And they'll move 1 tile. Now, every unit that you detach with that unit consumes no movement. So what we do here, we take a unit that's still got movement and we make sure that it's the one that we leave it behind. So make sure that the unit that does have movement doesn't. Sending it down here, so we detach it. You can see it's moved 1 space. Then you use the unit that's still got movement to reattach it. And so on and so forth. Now what this does is it's only using up this one's movement each time to push the whole fleet. Everyone else here is using up absolutely no movement. This is why using it in a bigger army works. So basically you can use each individual's unit movement to push the army an entire movement length. Or navy. So obviously this is very boring. You wouldn't do this in a normal campaign because it will take me about half an hour to get down to here. So I'll do it a few times just so you can actually see the benefits from it. So which ship? The Shannon. We'll use that one's movement. And you'll see as we get down that this red line here will continue to push down this way. You can tell then that we are actually making progress. So we keep using the Shannon, none of the other ships, and I'll show you that the other ships are not losing their movement points. Okay, where is it? So I won't show this every single time I do it. It's just the first time. Actually, quick save every now and again, just in case you fuck up. Now this glitch here works in Empire Total War, works in Napoleon Total War, and it works in Shogun 2. Doesn't work in Rome 2. There's a different movement bug for that, which I'm not going to tell you until I do a Rome 2 Blitz, which I haven't even decided if I'm going to do yet. So you can see we haven't really moved very far, and the Shannon is running out of movement points, but we've still got all these other ships that aren't using up any of their movement points. So once the Shannon runs out of its movement points, we just simply start using somebody else's. We just need to make sure we can get to that those Portuguese ships from down here. Then we can capture them and sell their 5th rate. And use those ships to then push us a little bit further into the Mediterranean, take on this ship here. I think there's also some French ones here that we should take before we actually defeat France. It's not much of a fleet, but I'll think about whether or not I need to do that. So, wait, where's... Oh, right, I haven't attached it yet. So we have 6 ships here that still have some movement points. We have got 1 here that doesn't. So there's obviously, the more ships you have, the further you can go. Also, turn 1's not the best turn to be doing it, because obviously I had to move. I couldn't use the attach and detach to get them all together, since they were all separate. Alright, so you get the general idea now. I'll pause the recording as I make my way down here and kill this Portuguese fleet. And here we are. We've made it down to Iberia. Now, if you have a look back at how far we've come a full turn's movement. And if we have a look here, we've used up the movement points of this sloop, most of this one, some of this one, and that was the guy that we wasted all their movement point up there anyway. All these guys over here still have plenty of movement. Alright, now it is time to declare war on Portugal. Like I said, we're going to defeat them on turn 1 anyway, so no real ramifications from this, apart from, you know, diplomatically. But we've done everything that we can for this turn in regard to diplomacy. Europe is going to hate us. Once we get super powerful, maybe then we can get more diplomatic shit with them. But anyway, I mostly want to bully the Ottoman Empire after this. Alright, so declaring war on them, drag all of our allies into it. Hanover and Austria don't join, but Portugal had no other allies aside from me, so nobody gives a shit about them. Now these guys do come in as reinforcements, but we don't want them to. We can't tell them not to, they just won't use them. So with this, we want to capture the 2 smaller ships because they're cheap. They'll have full movement range, and I just don't need another heavy hitter, so we'll sell the 5th rate. So we'll try not to damage them too much, but if we have to damage the brig and the sloop, it doesn't really matter because that'll just reduce the upkeep cost anyway. I mean, I don't want to, but like I said, if we have to, then not a big deal. Alright, so what this largely does is helps us give us just a little bit of extra cash, which we can use for hiring more troops over the next few turns. Now, I can't remember if I said it or not, what my goal was, but I did say my previous record was 8 turns, which difficult to verify because I haven't got all the videos up. You guys just stop moving. Man, I can show you a screenshot, but that's about it. What the fuck are they doing? I want to do this in 6 turns. So if I manage to pull that off, that'll be the new Blitz record. Damn it, I wanted to go for the other one first, but it's alright. Alright, so that'll slow that one down significantly. Shit. There we go, good. Slow down a little bit. Doesn't matter again if we take a little bit of damage. You can see that he's replenished all the men that he lost. It's just that the ship itself is a little bit damaged from the last fight. That's okay. We'll be able to repair it during the end turn, and it doesn't cost that much to repair. You'd think a big ship costs a lot more than it actually does, but it doesn't. It's quite cheap. So lost a few cannons there, but it's not a big deal. Okay, we're out of range of it. Oh, maybe not. So this stuff here doesn't need to be 100% efficient. As long as their ships are not being damaged, then it's efficient enough. Because like I said, the more damage I take on my ship, it doesn't matter. I've got backup ships. And I said I could repair them. Or I could steal another one if I really need to. Call this privateering. Okay, that's routing, but it hasn't surrendered. In order to make it surrender, we have to get right up in its ass. Right, not on its ass, right up in front of it. this other ship's coming in too close. Because it's hard to hit these, those sails right there. Alright. There we go, it's surrendered. Where'd the other one go? Right, it's lagging behind, but that's fine. Yeah, big problem is when we have to deal with ships with front cannons. Like 5th rates. The worst, though, are fucking galleys. Because on this difficulty, the galleys actually do tons of damage. And you can't slow them down. Because they have oars. Come on, you gotta get rid of all the sails. Almost there. There we go. So just get out of its range, and then we'll come up its ass to break it. Okay, if we get over here in the corner, it is out of its it's in its blind spot. Shouldn't be too difficult to break this one. Okay, no need for that anymore. Good, that one's surrendered. Alright, I do prefer to come at these guys from their ass. Or astern, whichever you prefer. Anyway, I just pause the recording as I go around that way. Alright, so here we are coming up from its rear. They've still got, you know, men with guns, but they're not going to be able to use any cannons. I'm going to try and get as close as possible to really get that grape shot into them. Hopefully, because these guys here are nearby and they've surrendered, it'll cause this guy to surrender a little bit earlier than usual. Hopefully. It says they're winning slightly. How can that be? I am losing a lot of men. Okay, let's just get it back. It won't matter, I'll get them all back afterwards. But we can outrange their guns with our grape shot. It's just it won't do as much damage from this range. Fuck, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, good, it's wavering. I haven't had to do any damage to the ship itself either. Still losing men, but it's okay. I think the men that are actually inside the ship are fairly safe from grape shot. Alright, I might need to actually pummel them with a few round shot. There we go. Alright, so we firstly get their admiral ship, then we pretend like we're going to scupper it. And that gets him back up to all of his men. Now, I said I was going to take the brig and the sloop. So that halves the selling price, but that's okay. We need these guys for strategic purposes. Not everything can be about money. And then we add them back here. And then our next stop is over here at Spain. So I'll continue to push our way over there, and we'll get to that fight. So I'll obviously just pause the recording as I get there, because getting there is going to take me like maybe 10 minutes, and it's boring. Okay, so as you can see, we've now made it all the way to Spain here. So these guys have travelled quite a long distance in one turn. Some of them all the way from here and here, all the way down, and we've still got plenty of movement left to give. So we, you know, with this amount of movement, we probably could even get it all the way to here. Not that we really need to right now. I will need to leave someone behind here at this port, because this is where I intend to leave this army. Alright, so you, once again, yep, you're going to take this down. Okay, so the plan here is to sell the galleon, take the brig. Now galleons are much more difficult to deal with than fifth rates, but we should still be able to do it. Again, we don't need our reinforcements, but they're here if we do need them. So once again, it's going to be the same pretty much every battle. At sea, it's a case of shredding their sails and then grape shotting them. Only using round shot as a last resort to break them. Or make them surrender. Okay, good, they've broken rank. Now the galleon, the thing about the galleon is that it has less range than the fifth rate. But its attack is much higher. Like they'll very easily do a lot of damage to my ship if I'm not careful. So you gotta stay well out of range. I think their range is 400, where the fifth rate is 500. So we've got 1/5 extra range than they do. You guys, once again, just stay still. Remember, last time I did the Blitz, it was I was using sloops. This is so much easier. And just so you know, last time I did the Blitz, that's already surrendered, good. I had 50,000 pounds left over in the bank. That was after I'd taken everything. 50,000. I'll tell you what, I wasn't getting that money from taxes. Okay, we've nearly shredded its sail. It hasn't got a single shot off on us yet, which is good. If anything, our ship has actually been repairing over time. After each fight. Just make sure we stay out of its range. Probably when it gets to about here, it'll start shooting. Okay, it's still got a little bit of sail left, but we'd have to get right up on top of it in order to get them. Like, right in front of it. Okay, now begins the process of going all the way around them to start shooting them in the back. Because I don't think these ships have cannons in the back. Let me just have a look here. I don't think so. They've definitely got cannons up front. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so I'll pause the recording as I do that, because it does take a few minutes. Okay, here we are, coming in from its butt. Let me just see. Oh, maybe it does have some cannons in the rear. No, it's just guns. It's alright. Now, funny thing about galleons is because there's so many men on the ship, you can actually get them to break a lot easier than fifth rates, sometimes. I've also started bringing in this ship just in case we need it to shoot in the arse. It's just a little bit out of range or something. There we go. But it's already wavering. Just don't get any closer. Good. That was easy. Fuck. I thought that was going to be hard. Or harder. So that there's the galleon. Let me just use it to try and repair my... It seems like every time I do that, he gets an extra point of command as well. Only works one per ship. Now as for the brig, I'm going to keep that. So as you can see, we make quite a bit of money. Now, I need to leave a ship behind here. I was originally going to give him some repairs, but I don't think we need to. Now, I'd probably just leave behind, like, the brig. Because even though it's run out of movement, I've got other ones here that have run out of movement, so I don't need this one in the fleet here anymore, because we need to get over here, hit them. But I'm just wondering if perhaps we should... because we do have plenty of movement. Whether or not I should hit these French ships up here, just make a bit of money first. Now the reason why I want to get rid of the Barbary States ship first, or the fleet, even though there's galleys in there which are a pain in the ass, these guys during the end turn will hit the Knights of St. John, and although they have a good chance of losing, it's going to damage a heap load of ships, and I want to take them on, because I need the money. Anyway, so we'll leave. Hang on. What about the other sloop? Where is it? I'll leave the sloop behind. Don't put it into the port yet, because we haven't captured it just yet. You two get back into the fleet, and we'll start. Hang on. Let me just check how much movement do we have. Because I don't need to leave the whole fleet here, just one ship. It's just for transport. And it's just so that that army, after it's gone through all this, can get back to France, rather than having to troll their way through there using the attach detach technique, which will essentially cost money, sort of. All right, let's get moving up this way. Okay, I need to make sure I quick save it, or else I'm going to make a mistake. Anyway, I'm just going to pause the recording as I do this, because it's going to be boring. Okay, now, even though I said I was going to go after France first, I recalculated the trajectories, and I thought it would actually be more efficient if I went Barbary States, France, and then actually Genoa. So, let's send these guys to go and kill the Barbary States. Alright, so we could auto-resolve this, but that's not what we're going to do. The 5th rate's ship there, definitely want to capture that. Not to keep it, to sell it. Now, as for the galleys, I'm really not too sure how I'm going to handle them, because they just don't handle them the same way. You kind of need to blow them up. Because they're not... The thing about galleys is that they do a lot of damage, they're not really worth getting. I mean, if I could capture 1 or 2 of them, it would be alright. The thing is, if you want to capture them, you kind of need to go up their broadside. What I might even do... I can use my reinforcements in this as well. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's going to be tricky. It might... We'll see. My reinforcements show up from their rear. Galleys and bomb catchers are the earliest types of units that are a pain in the ass to do this to. Can't all be easy after all, I suppose. Okay, break from that rank. Now, Barbary States are the only faction that we start off at war with, apart from the pirates. Give it a good shot. Okay, good. Now, get out of there before they shoot us. So far so good. How come it doesn't show his stars? Doesn't matter. So good. They've slowed down considerably. Let's keep going. Keep slowing them down if we can. So they're getting a few shots off on us, but it's nothing to be too concerned about. Like I said, it's the galleys I'm worried about. See, the galleys are getting some shots off here. Now, it's pretty easy to destroy their sails, but because they're using oars, all it does is slow them down. You can't actually stop them. However, it should have stopped them, or slowed them down enough that we can actually get it out of... So that's a galley, and that's light galleys. Bit of difference there. Let's get some distance from them. So you can see how much damage they do. They're a pain in the ass. Literally, because they're shooting me in the ass. Nice if it wasn't foggy. Not a very good shot there, but that's okay. Here, you come in over here. And the thing about galleys is they don't actually have side cannons. I think it's like all front or back cannons. I think. I'm not too sure. Let me see. Yeah, see, they've got front cannons and that's it. Now, if it can be avoided, I don't really want to, you know, blow up the bloody ships. I would rather capture them, which means, you know, getting at them on the broadside. Maybe that's where the sloops will come in handy. Oh, let me see here. I got a brig. Use this brig. Get over here. That's a 6 rate. So if we engage with them in melee, that could work, because they have like no crew. Okay, so they've been slowed down considerably. So as for this unit here, we just deal with it later. Alright, let's come in from here. This might work. Because they're bloody stuck. They shoot us a little bit, but that's fine. I just want to use grape shot. Might cause them to break. Ooh, that's so much damage. Might cause my ship to sink. This guy here is about to fucking go. Get him. Good. So okay, this ship can be repaired during the end turn if we really needed to. And even if we sell the galleys, it'll still make up for it. Look at that, it's rotating bloody faster than I can get around it. That's okay, got around it. Now sink the bastard. Not sink him, just make him surrender. You come in over here as well. No, 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 no. Oh, god damn it. This is why I don't like using two ships. If you're gonna shoot his sails a bit more. They're not in range. Guys, I'm not too high in rock. What did I press there? Oh, right. He's gonna sink my goddamn ship. Okay, that one's routing, but... I'll catch that one later. Let's keep focusing on this one here. This one's the big problem. At least I got rid of one of their cannons. Okay, it's routing. I just need to kill a few more of them to make them surrender, and then you need to stop bloody sailing because you're fucking damaged as shit. Actually, it might be a good idea to actually board. Never mind. Okay, he's wavering, but he's gonna come back. Okay, surrendered. Good. Now, you get out of there. You're done for now. It's up to you now to deal with the rest. Good thing I brought backup. Like I said, galleys are a pain in the ass. I mean, my ship is... It's okay, but, you know... It did take a lot of damage. And as for its cannons, we'll get them back after we scupper this ship. Which we won't actually scupper it, it just gives back a few cannons. Obviously I do want to sell it. Come on, I need to get rid of those other two sails. I don't have much left. Someone seems to be using his front cannons. Tell me that they've been destroyed. They have. Oh no, only one of them has been. No, both of them have been destroyed. I don't know. Well, that's good. That means I can get up on the front to use the grape shot. Alright, good. The only sail that's got left is the one right up the front, which is kind of hard to get rid of. So, let me just check that again. Both cannons... No, that one's not destroyed. Don't know why they haven't been using it. Yeah, they have been using it. Right, never mind. Just get around on the blind side here. So they're just shooting us with regular guns now, but that's okay. I'm not taking that much damage. Better watch out, there's no one left on that bloody ship. No, we're not taking damage, but neither are they. Yeah, they're taking damage just very slowly. Like I said, the galleon's much easier when it comes to this kind of thing, because they've got more men up on deck. These guys, all the men are down below deck. So it's hard to hit these guys here, because it doesn't really penetrate the armor of the ship. Shit, alright. I'm gonna go around its ass. Alright, so I'll pause the recording as I do this because obviously it's a bit slow moving. Alright, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but we got there. For some reason this one was able to keep rotating. Now he's gone to steady. I might need to use round shot to bloody break him. He's shaking again. Okay, just a little bit more and then it's done. It's probably going to need a shot or two around. Yeah, this is taking too long. Just needs one volley. Probably lower the selling price by like £50. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so... Man, we took a beating on that one. So that's the Admiral's flagship there. Now we scupper the ship. Puts him back up to 47. 47 cannon. Doesn't change the prize money. Now, the two light galleys here. I don't know what their upkeep cost is. I don't want the other galley. Put that there. So that they took 700 away from the total prize money, but the thing is, I'll be able to use them to maneuver around a bit more. So I still make $2,000 out of that. This guy here is a 9-star admiral now. But his ship is very badly damaged. It's going to need some holy shit! Look at all this stuff. Okay, that's not too bad. 46, that's cheaper than like 2 brigs. Looking at a sloop or a brig, yeah, much cheaper. Of course I wouldn't use them in combat, they've got no bloody cannons left. But that's fine, we're just using them to maneuver around a bit. So that'll help easily get me to here and to go defeat Genoa here, just to make a bit more money. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here, guys, so like and subscribe. Part 3 is next, and don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.